Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. Where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a first perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, yep, we got one for y'all. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel, and make sure you follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. So let's get into this show here today. Boy, we got one, right? And this has to do with the fallout between LeBron James and Russell Westbrook. As you guys know, some stories came out recently about Russell Westbrook feeling like LeBron James was fake and all of that. We did a story about how the Lakers were apparently trying to silence this reporter by the name of Yaron Weitzman, right? And he wrote a book that recently came out called A Hollywood Ending, The Dreams and the Drama of LeBron James. I actually bought the book, right? I bought the book and I was reading through it. And I was going to do some shows on it, but I'm like, is it okay to like take somebody's book that they wrote and just start like taking stuff out and putting it on I wasn't sure, right? So I kind of just steered clear of it. But he's the author of that book, which I bought, right? So anyway, he was on Bomani Jones' show, right? And the title of this particular topic or show, was called LeBron versus Russell Westbrook Fallout, Bomani Jones. And this show was published just yesterday. So I decided to click on to see what these guys were discussing here. And as it turned out, they were talking about this whole fallout between LeBron James and Russell Westbrook. And essentially you see, it's one thing when you read a book. It's another thing when the person is sitting down and they're talking and they're explaining the thing. Boy, let me tell y'all, man, this guy revealed some details that even me, myself, I was absolutely unaware of, right? I was totally unaware of. And I think that it's something that the audience is going to find pretty interesting. But before we get into what this back and forth was, today's video is brought to you by a sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week I'm really looking forward to some of these upcoming games. This week I'm picking Stephen Curry for more than 29 points. I'm picking Kevin Durant for more than 27 points. I'm picking Giannis Antetokounmpo for more than 12 rebounds, and I'm picking Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play safe, you'll love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what I want to do is I want to play what this journalist had to say on Bomani Jones' show, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
But Russell Westbrook identified fairly quickly that LeBron James was not his kind of guy. And did the Will Smith moment really did it? Like, for example, Westbrook was a guy who found it weird that LeBron pretended to read these books, right? Like, he's one of the guys that was on that list. But the story being, Will Smith comes to talk to the team. And for whatever reason, Anthony Davis and LeBron did not want to hear Will Smith speak. And so Westbrook is there like, hey, this is what the team does. We're going to do the thing. And then finally has somebody like, yo, y'all got to go get them. They go get LeBron and Anthony Davis. They finally come in. Will Smith gives the message. LeBron's in there asking questions, and then afterward talks to the media just glowingly about the time they spent with Will Smith. Meanwhile, Russell Westbrook is seething.
Yep.
Because it all just feels so phony.
Yep. By the way, it's also the added point is it's 6 months after the slap, right, from Will Smith, which again is what doesn't matter, but I just find it even makes the whole anecdote funnier. Yeah, I think Westbrook. was that I don't know what moment put him over LeBron, right? But that was certainly, I mean, he told a teammate, I hate that fake bleep, right? And you could see the picture. You could see a picture of him. I mean, I love it. The Lakers posted a picture on social media of the team with Will Smith, and you could see Westbrook not smiling. And at the time, this got a little pickup, and people just assumed it was Russ being Russ. But Westbrook knew this was off the offseason. That previous summer, or that summer, a few months earlier, Kyrie, that's when the Nets were getting off of Kyrie. LeBron's telling everyone, I want Kyrie. What does that mean? The only way the Lakers can get Kyrie is by trading Russell Westbrook, salary cap wise. Westbrook knows what that means. So LeBron's saying, let Russ be Russ, while saying that. Now, to be fair, I found it really interesting. I'm curious your thought on this. I know you gotta get to a break. Like, I find it interesting that people, the idea that LeBron being phony is the reason that the Westbrook experience went poorly in LA, I don't think is necessarily correct. And it's been interesting to see people latch on since the story came out, being like, yeah, Team Russ, get LeBron, get him. LeBron's a phony. Russ is right, which is all true. Russ was responsible for Russ was awful those 2 years. Yeah. He's been pretty bad since. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, the reason it didn't go well is that Russell Westbrook did not play well.
Excellent. So you heard what he had to say. What are my thoughts about this? Do you know what's interesting about this whole reveal here? Is that the only people that seem to tell the truth or give some honest opinions on this fallout with Russell Westbrook and the Lakers were independent guys. All the guys that were in media or known people, they were all just up there twerking it up, covering for one another. I'm not going to say this because I'm cool with that dude, or I know a dude that's cool with that dude. So I'm not. The only people that were keeping it real on this topic, I'm just keeping it a being with y'all, were independent guys. Independent guys that don't have all these relationships, don't care about. They were the ones that were keeping it. Anybody that looked, and then maybe Charles Barkley. But anybody that looked at that situation with Russell Westbrook, the Lakers in that year, we all know that Russell Westbrook and Frank Vogel were scapegoated. You know that already. It was like a marathon, like for that year on what's the name of the show? Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. Every single day it seemed like they were making fun of Russell Westbrook. It almost to the point where his wife was like, it was insane. You obviously can tell that the guy was being targeted. Now, granted, Russell Westbrook didn't mesh well with the Lakers. The thing wasn't going to work, and that's the reason why a lot of us were befuddled when the trade went down or the acquisition went down in the first place. Like, this is not going to work. But the guy was like, Russell Westbrook was horrible, bro. Horrible. Let's look at Russell Westbrook's numbers that first year. Mind you, the year prior, he averaged 22 points a game on 44% shooting, 31.5% shooting from three, 65.6% from the free throw line. He got you 11.5 rebounds, 11.7 assists. He did have 4.8 turnovers and 1.4 steals. The year he joined the Lakers, he's averaged 18.5 on 44.4% shooting, 30% from the three, 67% from the free throw line, while getting you 7.4 rebounds, 7.1 assists, and 3.8 turnovers, right? And his turnovers every single day. Let me see what year that was real quick. Every single day. That was the 2021, 2022. Every single day after the Lakers played, that was all they talked about. Now, you want to know what's crazy? That year, LeBron averaged 3.5 turnovers. 0.3 turnovers less than Westbrook. But every single day, it was Russell Westbrook that was the scapegoat. Not saying that Russell Westbrook played fantastically well, because the year before, he was a triple-double guy. But all I do know is that before he got to the Lakers, he was a max player guy. By the time he left the Lakers, he was accepting minimum contracts. That's what I do know. But they try to make it seem like the entire thing didn't work because of him, and of course Frank Vogel, who was later on relieved from his coaching position. So the entire thing was Russell Westbrook was meant to be the scapegoat. That was the thing, and Russ, being the person that he is, couldn't jive with the fake stuff. And of course, you have LeBron fans. Oh no, what's you expecting him to say? He's like, bro, just keep it a stack with me. Don't be fake with me. And what you had was a personality clash. But you heard what the reporter said. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show, and I'm out. Peace.